Hey guys, Mike B. rolling again. Story time. I figured the best story to tell would be how I got started as an owner-op with the very first company and hauling my very first load. It's actually, I thought it was quite humorous. Bear in mind, I started in June of '99, so the DAC report was just kind of coming out, but it wasn't fully established. The database wasn't built to the point that all companies reported to it, so you could still get away with a little skullduggery. But I bought my first truck at 23. I told that story in an earlier video, but I bought it off a guy that the bank was going to have to foreclose on it, and I bought it on a signature, no money down. 23, newlywed. I'd been married less than 2 weeks, and I'd come back home and bought that truck, and I started applying for companies. I applied with like 6 different companies, and then I called my mom because mom and dad used to have a company. They had their own authority and they were incorporated. So I called her up, but that company had been out of business for years. And I called her up and said, okay, from this date until this date, for the next, until you hear otherwise, when the phone rings, answer at BRX, and or XYZ, whatever the name of their company. And I told her that you hired me at this date till that date, and I drove local because I was underage. And then at 21, I went over the road. I've been running all 48 states, and I laid it all out there. And she had a little spiel on a piece of paper by the phone, and 3 or 4 companies called her, and eventually I got leased on with a company. I'd never worked for them. I had pulled 30-foot dump trailers pulling sand and gravel, 40-foot hopper bottom, on the farm stuff. Dovetail pulling dozers and track hose and front end loaders and just moving farm equipment around. But I grew up on the farm. I've been driving a truck since 12, 13 years old. Moving them from the shop out to the yard, and the yard into the shop, fixing this, fixing that. I've been around trucks my whole life. But I got hired on with that company, and first company was, like I said in the video earlier, I was hauling scrap cardboard. And I don't think that company's even in business now. I think they finally went out of business or were bought out. But I'll never forget that first load, man. The biggest thing, like I said, I pulled a 40-foot hopper bottom. It's a 98, it's a 96, whatever it is, 98-inch trailer and 40 foot. And that, to me, the hopper bottom was a big trailer. And I got leased on with this company. Started the first trailer, pulling dry van. 53-foot dry van, and I thought, oh, how hard could it be? And my wife actually went with me on the very first load I pulled as an owner-operator. She went on that run with me, and that whole week she was with me. And I hooked up to that trailer, and my God, I kept looking in the mirror driving down the road. I hooked to a loaded trailer in our yard and took it out to Illinois to deliver the load. And I kept looking in the mirror, and I told her, my God, that trailer's huge. That's the biggest trailer I've ever pulled. I don't know how in the world I'm going to pack this thing in. I had never pulled a 53-foot van before, That trailer was a monster. And, we got out there, and the first place we delivered was out in the middle of Illinois, little bitty town, little paper mill out there, or cardboard company. And luckily, it was a great big gravel lot. I mean, I'd backed up trailers before. I had plenty of room. And so I spun around and put it right in that dock. And within 2 or 3 loads, I was like, yeah, this is nothing. I got this. And I think on my 4th load, maybe my 5th of that first week on the road, they sent me to downtown Chicago, and I'm jackknifing off a city street into a dock. Holy crap, man. I don't know how in the world I got it in that dock. It took me like, I think 4 or 5 tries. Traffic honking at me, people from the factory coming out and trying to hold traffic back. Oh, what a nightmare, man. I hated going into Chicago, but yeah, that was kind of my trial by fire, just jump in there head first and I can figure it out. I did, but man, was I nervous. But yeah, just quick story for you there. That's kind of how I got started out. And I don't think you could get away with lying about companies now, because everybody reports to the government, the DAC report. Everybody reports to it now, so any driving history you have is on there, and if you're not on there, then they consider it no experience. I think even your driving school, I mean, everything reports to DAC now, so you can't really fudge that anymore like we used to. But yeah, just a quick story for you. Y'all know the deal. Like and subscribe, share the videos. If you want to hear more stories or you got questions, anything you want to know about the trucking industry, it's the whole purpose of this channel, guys. Throw a question in the comments and I'll think up a good answer, kick out a video and answer it for you. Let's do it. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you later.